What we have here?
Hey guys, welcome back to the PC Flip Challenge series. Still trying to get up to 1,000. And let's see what we picked up this weekend. Not a whole lot, it was a little bit slow. The things that I found were pretty far away, and I don't want to drive too far for these. But what I found locally was this. So we have a Thermaltake 500 watt. 20 bucks. It was about 5 miles, not too bad. And it looks pretty new, so that's good. And then I was actually late. I was way late. I was 15 minutes late. I'm surprised he didn't leave. But I told him I was on the way and he waited for me. So there's 20 bucks, and he said, "Hey, I have this old graphics card. Do you want it?" I said, "Sure, what do you got?" And he went back to his car and he gave me this. GTX 650 in the box. Looks pretty new. He said it works. I don't know. I didn't test it, but generally these things don't die, especially the older ones. Go in the bag and everything. Let's check it out. I don't even know what this could be worth, honestly. The oldest one I've had was the 710. Super clean. This might be something that would be good for a giveaway, but I don't know if anybody really cares about that anymore. But there are people out there that have no GPU at all, so I'm sure they might be happy to have it. Doesn't require power or anything. It's 2 GB, so that's good. If not, maybe I'll sell it for 20 bucks or something. And then, yeah, so that was it for $20. And then we made our first trade. You know how people always say, "Do you want to trade?" And they give you stupid stuff. So I had the Kraken X62, I believe, the AIO, the 280 millimeter one. It's been listed online for $50 for about a month now. And I haven't even had any interest in it. I mean, not even a low ball, nothing. It's just AIOs are so cheap now. Why would you buy a used one for $50? I mean, it is an NZXT one, but still. So what I do is, if something's not moving, of course you lower the price, but if I can trade it for equivalent items that I think I can sell faster, I'm willing to do that. That used to be a big thing, trading back in the old days, not so much anymore because people just give you crap. But this guy messaged me, he said, "I have a bunch of stuff. I'll bring it over, see if we can make a deal." So he brought it over and he said, "Okay, I have this motherboard." Young kid, probably 21, 22, something like that. He says, "I have this motherboard that I'll give you, and look at this. I think this motherboard's older than he was. This is from 2001. AGP, 6 PCI slots, and an ISA slot. I haven't seen that in 20 years. And I'm not sure what processor that is. Maybe we should look. If I can get that off. This is, you can see the year sticker, 2001 on the memory. Oh, there it is, yeah, 256. This is SDRAM. I hope this works because I haven't used this in so long. And you have the AGB card, AGP. I wonder, these processor things used to be really hard to get off. You have to use like a screwdriver or something. Don't have one handy. But we'll play with that later. Anyway, I said I don't want that. What else? So he gave me a Dell 24-inch monitor, just a regular 1080p. You know, the one that comes with a computer. And then he gave me this. This is a Razer keyboard. No, CyberPower PC. It's kind of not really worth anything, really. I don't know. Looks like it might light up. It has this weird scrolly wheel thing. Might be kind of cool. And he brought another monitor. It was a 27-inch high refresh rate gaming monitor, but he wanted to trade me that for a GTX 1070, and I said no to that. But this is probably the best part here. This is a Razer Black Widow Lite. Mechanical keyboard. In the box, he bought it brand new. Came with the puller and the, I guess you put these O-rings on there to make it less noisy under there. Not too familiar with these. This is actually only $50 new, so not sure how much I'm gonna get for this. This will probably be when I sell my next gaming system, or whichever one I sell. This will just always be an option if somebody wants to buy it. So you're already buying the computer for me and you're here, and then you see this on my shelf and I say, hey, do you want a gaming keyboard for 30 bucks? And then maybe they'll jump on it. So yeah, trade. I don't know if that was the best trade, but the guy was young and he was really wanting that AIO. And I kind of saw myself in that situation where I didn't really have the money to buy it, and I was trying to trade and figure out some way to get it. And you know, it's not all about money. If the guy will enjoy the AIO more than this stuff, it's fine. I'm not trying to make $1 million here. So he was happy. I think I'll get my money anyway. I'll probably make 45, 50 bucks out of everything. And then I wanted to update you. Check out my iPhone 4. It's gonna be my new buddy that just sits here. It's got a bunch of music on it. It's like my workout. When I work on stuff, I can listen to music. And then we added a Pentium sticker to our wall of shame. So I wanted to update you on the numbers. Someone asked me, you're trying to make $1,000, right? Why is it taking so long? It's been 3 months already. The reason why is because I want to make a clear $1,000. And some people don't understand what that means. So a clear $1,000 means you buy a bunch of stuff, you sell it, and you have $1,000 in your pocket outside of what you still have left, or a net profit basically. And so the reason why I haven't hit $1,000 yet is because I keep buying more stuff. But I did run the numbers. So I have spent a total of $1,225 to date since the challenge started. I have received $1,750 after fees, and I valued the parts that I have on hand very conservatively. So I have $925 of value in inventory of parts that are ready to be sold, for a total of $2,675. So I've already made $1,000. It's just that it's in parts. When I hit $1,000 net profit, what I'm going to do, hopefully, is stop buying parts completely and just sell everything. Probably won't happen because I like finding deals, but that would be a good experiment to see what the actual total final would be. But yeah, we've already made $1,000, but I want to get to a net $1,000, and I just need to quit buying stupid things, and we'll get there. So that's that on the flipping series. We're doing pretty good. And now I want to give you a preview of the new challenge. I posted a video about it. There's a link right here. It is to build a gaming PC inside of a cardboard box. And so the reason why I want to do that, it's been done a bunch of times already. It's because about 6 months ago, I don't remember where this motherboard came from. I think it's from an Optiplex. Dell, maybe. I don't know. I think this works. I wouldn't have kept it if it didn't work, but what happened was I have all these priority boxes, and that's what I store stuff in, because you see a motherboard, including the heatsink and the backplate and everything, fits perfectly inside. And then I'll throw in like the video card or something like this, and it's a setup ready for a case or something. And this was at a time when I didn't have that much. It's when I first really started about 6 months ago. And then I wrote here, PC in a box. Now, a long time ago, I used to do this. I would have a motherboard, RAM, video card if possible, heatsink, hard drive, everything in a box, ready to go. And then when somebody wanted to buy a computer, I would buy the case new at that time. That was way, way long ago. But that's what I used to do. I forgot I used to do that. So I was reorganizing stuff and taking inventory to calculate what I have. And then I saw this, and I went, wait, why can't we just use the box as a case? It's just kind of a joke. And then I put this in there. So this is from an HP. Wait, no, this is from a... What is this from? Yeah, it's from an HP, maybe. So I put this in here, and I thought, yeah, look, it's perfect. You can have the motherboard and the power supply in here, and then maybe a cheap graphics card. And then you just cut some holes in there, plug everything in. And it would be funny, you would just put the monitor on top and it looks like there's just a box on your desk, but it's actually your computer. I never did do it because when I looked up videos about the cardboard box challenge, so many people had done it that I figured, well, it's not going to be that interesting. But now I posted the cardboard challenge for this summer. So I've challenged everyone to build a PC in a cardboard box. The reason also why I want to use the priority box is, see, that motherboard fits, right? Now let's say you want to change the motherboard. Also fits. It's that standard, what is this called, MATX design. no matter which board you use, as long as you pick the right size, it's gonna always work in the same box. Also, these boxes, after a while, they get kind of flimsy. So potentially you could just get another box. They're free at the post office. So yeah, my original plan was just to have this with the little power supply and the little graphics card and just do it. But now it's a challenge. So I have a feeling that people are going to use some really good stuff. So I need to up the game a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I have this. This is, I believe, 3rd Gen i5. So what I'm going to do is I have basically 2 Dell motherboards. This should be a 3rd Gen i5. This one might be a Pentium. I'll use one of those. That's all I have. I don't have anything better. I do have my 4th Gen, but that's in my 150 build and I don't want to take it out. And I don't want to reuse anything that I've used already. I want it to be completely original. But here's my plan, and let me know what you think. I'm going to use an older motherboard, but a better graphics card, because we get extra points for how cheap it is. So that'll make it really cheap. So what if we do this? And I have my GTX 1070 that I haven't used in a build yet. We can fit that in there with a full-size power supply, because now we need a lot of power. Problem is the heatsink's in the way, and this won't fit. So I just have to figure out how to fit this in here. Either here, I'm not sure, in the back or the front. So it's hitting the heatsink. So I have to find a way to get a smaller heatsink. I could use one of those stock ones, probably. Nice thing about these old ones is they don't get hot, so it doesn't really matter what you use. Actually, you know what? And I'm just brainstorming right now, since I'm here. It might end up being totally different. Now that I see this, I wonder if I could run this on the other slot. It might not be X16 if I do that. So if I run it on the other slot, look at this. You could literally just cut 2 holes in the side for the fans here, and just have it intake air right from the side. But I have to see. Actually, I haven't even tested this motherboard yet. This would be more ideal for this application, but I might have to go with the regular slot. And then if I put it, so if I put it here, I'm gonna have a little tunnel to the fans, but hopefully that might work. This also has no IO thing. And then I have to make a power button. So I have my choices for the power button, or I can steal the front part of one from a Dell. I have a few of these. Take it off the case and then put it on the front. Or I have this. I have an actual little power button I can just stick through there, but I'd have to solder the wires to hit the motherboard. So what do you think? What would you do? But I'm using this box, so that's for sure. Maybe we should put the iPod in here. have a touchscreen. That would be funny. And we'll see. As far as heat, this card doesn't really get that hot. I mean, maybe under like super benchmarking or something, but I'll have probably, because this will be intaking all the air, I probably won't have an intake port, but I will have an exit fan, depending on where. So the power supply is actually going to be kind of an exit for the heat, but I will have one more, probably a 92 millimeter. I don't know if there's enough space for a 120. Let's see. Not really. I mean, it fits, but I'd like to get a 140 in there if possible. See, the issue here is the air would come in from here and the heat's going to come up like this, but there's really no space for the heat to go anywhere. So I believe that the top will have just vents, just to let heat out. And this doesn't need any airflow. I've used that open many times. And then we have to just figure out the IO shield. See, I'm not sure if I want this to be, this has to stick out a little bit. If I want it to be flush, this part's gonna have to stick out, or I have to take the bracket off, which is a possibility. Wouldn't look very good though with the bracket off, but I guess you could. You don't really need a bracket for this situation. I mean, it's not going anywhere. You do need some way to secure it, but I could secure it with this and another little plate just to the side, and then it won't move. So stay tuned for that. That was just me kind of talking to myself about what I'm gonna do. And yeah, so look forward to the challenge, and we'll go get some more PC Flip stuff. Hopefully we can get some things sold this week, get back in the positive, and we'll see you next time. Take care.
This is not over.